New at 5, lost years. Imagine being in prison for a crime you didn't commit. It's a waking nightmare that a handful of Rhode Islanders have lived through. According to a 2018 study, 6% of people in the general prison population in the U.S. are there on wrongful convictions. That's tens of thousands of Americans. Now Rhode Island joins dozens of other states that allow them to be compensated for the years they can never get back.
It's a lot to handle. I still battle with it all the time.
Kimberly Mawson spent close to 3 years at the ACI.
They put the wrong person in prison.
Mawson was convicted in 2007 of killing her infant daughter Jade 5 years prior.
Jade was the perfect baby. She was always happy. She was beautiful, tall, creative, strong.
Mawson says memories of Jade got her through her time behind bars. It was 2010 when new evidence surfaced implicating Mawson's then boyfriend in the crime, though he was never charged. Mawson was released on bond and the AG's office dropped the charges against her in 2012.
There's thousands of innocent people in prison.
Scott Hornoff knows firsthand the pain of being jailed for a crime he did not commit. Hornoff was found guilty of the 1989 murder of Victoria Cushman. He was sentenced to life in prison.
It constantly felt like there was one gorilla on my back and another one inside me trying to tear itself out and screaming at the top of my lungs, I'm innocent.
It wasn't until another man confessed to the crime that Hornoff was released close to 6.5 years later.
Every step of the judicial system put in place to protect innocent people like you and me failed me and my loved ones.
In 2019, we sat down with Hornoff and West Warwick State Representative Patricia Serpa to talk about a bill that would compensate people who've been wrongfully imprisoned. This year, it became law. According to the Innocence Project, Rhode Island now joins 36 other states and the federal government in implementing statutes that compensate those who have been falsely convicted. The law only applies to people who've been sentenced to more than a year in prison and excludes reversals or pardons based on ineffective counsel. If an exoneree is successful in petitioning the court, they would get tax-free compensation, $50,000 for each year served, and a proportional amount for additional months and days paid for by state taxpayer dollars. In Mawson's case, that would be roughly $130,000. For Hornoff, it's more than $300,000.
Wrongful imprisonment is something else that happens to everyday people. And if it can happen to me, it can happen to anybody.
The National Registry of Exonerations lists 6 Rhode Islanders who've been exonerated since 2003, including Mawson and Hornoff. But the Innocence Project says it does not mean that all of them will petition the court or meet the criteria of the bill. Mawson says if her petition is successful, she plans to donate most of the money.
It's not about the money. It's about the formal apology. It's about not having to carry around a copy of my exoneration anymore, ever.
Governor Dan McKee has already signed the bill into law, but plans to hold a ceremonial signing next month.